Have you ever wondered if dragons actually exist, or are they just in fairy tales? Many people still believe that long ago, humans and dragons used to live in harmony. But then, humans' selfish desires arose and they tried to rule over the whole world. Dragons still wanted peace and begged humans to stop, but the insensitive humans declared a war. Things got worse when an evil scientist Petrosius invented Nettlebrand, a dragon-eating monster. Even Petrosius couldn't control it and got killed by his own creation. Nettlebrand freely traveled around the world to kill all of the dragons. The poor dragons ran for their lives and they hid away in deep forests. Nettlebrand gave up and settled in Petrosius's castle, though he still awaits to find more dragons. Centuries have passed and the humans have developed so much that they have completely forgotten the existence of dragons. Since then, the remaining dragons have continued their lives while hiding away from the rest of the world. However, nothing stays hidden forever. Dragons are nothing like they used to be. Instead of being a fearless beast blowing fire, they train to hide themselves in the best possible way. Their leader always teaches them not to fly or use fire breath and never leave a trace on their path. However, one of the young dragons doesn't want to live in these boundaries. It's Firedrake, a silver fire dragon with a unique vision. Though he can't breathe fire, he still wants to live like the dragons in fairy tales. Everyone makes fun of Firedrake and calls him a weirdo. The only one who understands him is a forest brownie named Sorrel. After hanging out all day with Sorrel, Firedrake goes to meet the oldest dragon in their tribe, Slatebeard. He's the one who tells Firedrake all the fairy tales and also mentions a heavenly place for dragons. It's called the Rim of Heaven, which lies somewhere in the mountain range. There's where the dragons belong and can live freely and fearlessly. Firedrake gets really excited after hearing about this place, and he wishes to see it once in his life. Later that day, the dragons notice that the humans are coming towards their forest. They must pack things and find a new place to hide. Some dragons suggest they should face the humans, but mostly others don't dare to do that. Firedrake is quietly watching the situation. He believes that all the dragons should move to the Rim of Heaven, but other dragons don't believe that such a place even exists. However, Sorrel trusts Firedrake. Together they plan to flee out of the forest and find the Rim of Heaven. Then they will guide other dragons to that place. In the middle of the night, Sorrel and Firedrake sneak out of their homes and meet at a cliff. Firedrake hasn't ever flown before, but he isn't afraid and lets Sorrel ride him. After a few minutes, the ride gets stable and the duo plans their next step. They don't know the exact way to the Rim of Heaven. Sorrel has heard that humans have a magical thing called the internet, which can be used to search any information. To get internet access, Sorrel and Firedrake land in the human population. There lives an orphan homeless boy named Ben. He steals a necklace from a shop and runs away. Ben snatches someone's costume from a movie premiere celebration to mix in the crowd. After getting away from the shop owner, Ben gets back to the abandoned building he's staying in for now. There he meets Firedrake and startles. Firedrake mistakes Ben as an important person because of his costume from a movie about dragons. Ben plays along and calls himself a dragon rider. Sorrel reaches there too, but she can't trust humans. They all are liars and cheaters. The police are at Ben's door, so he offers his help in finding the Rim of Heaven and flies away with Firedrake. After getting a little far from the city, Ben asks Firedrake to put him down so he can go back home. Suddenly, two dwarfs reach there and mention that the Rim of Heaven is full of precious silver. Hearing this, the greedy Ben joins back the journey. The dwarfs are a bunch of spies, and they rush to Nettlebrand and inform him about Firedrake. It's been years since Nettlebrand ate a dragon, and he's dying to get one. He rushes to catch him, but Firedrake flies away in time along with Ben and Sorrel. But Nettlebrand sends his homunculus slave Twigleg to follow the dragon. Firedrake encounters a storm while flying, and they all fall down in a desert. Ben and Sorrel wake up first and find Firedrake unconscious in a broken monument. A strange animal attacks them, but Firedrake can't fight it as he doesn't have a fire breath. Fortunately, Professor Barnabas saves them. He uses a mirror to pause the monster's senses for a few days. Ben mocks Firedrake for being a useless silver dragon because he can't even breathe fire. Firedrake gets hurt by the statement and walks away. Ben realizes that he went too far, so he tries to apologize to Firedrake. He tells him that not all humans are bad, and some might be helpful too. Firedrake asks if Ben is staying by him till the journey, and the boy agrees. Barnabas knows a lot about weird creatures, and he collected a lot of them too. He runs a reserve for them, along with his wife and daughter. Barnabas doesn't know the location of the Rim of Heaven, but he knows two people who might help. The first one is a genie named Jinn, and the other is an Indian woman named Subisha Gulab. Barnabas gives both of the addresses to Ben, but suggests that they continue the journey next morning. Ben finds Barnabas's family pictures in his tent, and it reminds him of his own family. Meanwhile, Barnabas finds the newspaper Ben always keeps by his side. It's about the car accident that killed both of Ben's parents. While everyone is asleep, Twigleg returns to Nettlebrand and informs him about the journey to the Rim of Heaven. Nettlebrand gets really excited and gets in his submarine to reach the destination, and he instructs Twigleg to keep spying on Ben and his team. The next morning, Ben gets ready for his journey. Before he leaves, Barnabas advises him to move on and start looking forward to a new life. He also offers him to live with the professor's family if he wants to. Ben thanks him for the kindness and departs to his destination. The journey is not easy, and they encounter several difficulties and deadly monsters. After wandering around the whole globe, they finally reach where Jin is supposed to be. Suddenly, a weird giant bird abducts Sorrel, and Firedrake rushes after him. Ben keeps encouraging the dragon to inhale and exhale to bring out his fire. Firedrake tries his best and breathes out a blue fire. The bird runs away and Sorrel is saved. Firedrake gives all the credit of his success to Ben, and Sorrel feels a little jealous. Suddenly, she notices a mysterious place down the hill. This is where Jin should be living. Ben finds an old car and presses its horn, and Jin appears behind it. He's willing to answer any question only if he has not been asked the same question before. If the question is repeated, he will attack them instead. Ben tries to trick the genie into answering their query, but fails. Jin starts attacking, but Nettlebrand jumps in there out of nowhere. While he fights with Jin, Firedrake flies away with his friends. From his experience, Firedrake concludes that he can only breathe fire when the Dragon Rider is riding him. With this imagination, he starts treasuring Ben even more. After the failed attempt with Jin, the dragon team travels to Indian Island to find Subisha. As soon as they reach there, everyone welcomes them warmly. They all think Ben is the legendary Dragon Rider. Subisha's husband Deepak takes them to Subisha. She's really delighted to meet the Dragon Rider and invites them to her temple. She tells them about the legendary Dragon Rider who saved all the dragons and took them to the Rim of Heaven. Then he went to find the rest of the dragons but got attacked by Nettlebrand, who ate the key to the Rim of Heaven. Therefore, the remaining dragons hid away in the forests. During the conversation, Sorrel notices Twigleg and catches him. He tells them everything and promises to misguide Nettlebrand. He also wants to get rid of the monster. Twigleg gets a call from Nettlebrand and he tells him the wrong path. Everything was going as planned, but Deepak jumps in at the wrong moment and reveals that they are in India. Nettlebrand gets furious and heads after them. Subisha says that there's no exact path to the Rim of Heaven and only the Dragon Rider can find it. She chants some words around Ben and Ben speaks and hints towards a pointed mountain. Subisha lends him the Dragon Rider coat and advises him to trust himself. The dragon team continues their journey towards the mountains. But they must hurry as the Dragon Valley is getting destroyed by the humans. On their way, Ben keeps involuntarily telling the way, and Firedrake keeps following him. Nettlebrand is after them too and attacks them. Luckily, he can't fly and falls down the cliff while Firedrake flies away. They find a huge gate that leads to a hidden temple. Ben gets really frustrated that they have come so far just to find this old empty temple. He tells his mates to return back, but Firedrake wants to keep looking for the Rim of Heaven. Ben gives up and leaves by himself, while Firedrake feels deceived and regrets trusting a human. On his way back, Ben finds Nettlebrand and hides away. After the monster leaves, Ben finds a part of his body that's made of gold. This helps him find a way to beat the monster. Nettlebrand reaches the temple and calls out Firedrake. The dragon is done with running away and jumps in the battlefield bravely. Nettlebrand's body is impenetrable, so even the dragonfire can't hurt him. He keeps tossing Firedrake here and there, but the poor dragon can't do anything. Suddenly, Ben reaches there to help. He tells Firedrake that he lied about being the Dragon Rider and just came here for treasure. But now he regrets his behavior and wants to help for real. Nettlebrand's gold body can only be destroyed by Firedrake's blue flame, and he doesn't need a rider to execute his full potential. Firedrake understands his worth and breathes out a continuous blue flame that melts down Nettlebrand into golden powder. Sorrel notices that the key Nettlebrand swallowed has been recovered. She puts it in its place and a gate opens to a hidden world. It's the Rim of Heaven. Firedrake offers Ben to stay with them here as he proved that not all humans are the same. However, Ben believes he doesn't belong here. He has decided to give up on crimes and lead a new life with Professor Barnabas. Firedrake rushes back to his valley where the dragons are preparing for a war against the humans. Luckily, Firedrake reaches there in time and tells them about the Rim of Heaven. They all feel really proud of them and follow him to their actual home. On the way, Firedrake tells them about their human friend, without whom the journey was impossible. Meanwhile, Ben has been accepted in Barnabas's family and started a new life. It's never too late to start over and choose the right path. The only thing that limits us is our own thoughts.